what I really have been focusing my attention on over the last 5 years is working in the customer relationship management space as a provider. I think at KPMG I spent over a decade working in that space as a consultant to and an implementer of software, and it was all the horrible things that I saw going on in the CRM world that drove me to start a company out here and really focus on how we could reinvent CRM to be a little bit more customer relationship management driven. You know, it's interesting. I don't think anybody today will quarrel with the fact that the economy is challenging. And fewer and fewer people are going to be survivors in this new economy. And I think you're going to see some real tectonic shifts that not only have begun to take place, but will take place. And the bottom line is that those organizations that do the best job of acquiring, retaining, and maintaining profitable customers are going to win. And those that can't do a very good job of that are going to lose. And you're going to see that, that happen more and more. And it's kind of amazing to me. I think everybody gets today, and everybody has got for the last, I'm going to say 15 years, the notion that, you know, getting those customers, keeping them happy is central to having a successful business. And yet, kind of two very important facts underlying that broad point of customers are important and you got to take care of them are often overlooked. And I'm going to talk about those 2 points a little bit today and talk about how I think we need to rethink how we think about customers and actually put the relationship back into customer relationship management. So the first point I'm going to tell you is, yes, it's true that attracting, retaining, and growing customers is critically important to not just success, but survival with large companies today. But the first point is that not all customers are created equal. Not all customers are created equal. In fact, surprisingly, if you look at almost any business today, and I don't care what business it is, a bank, an airline, a retailer, a CPG company, what you're going to find is the 80-20 rule is very, very much in play when it relates to customers. And in fact, the 80-20 rule that I'm going to talk about in a second has actually become more like the 90-10 rule. And let me just say what that means. What that means is 10% of your customers are driving 90% of your profits. That means 90% of most customers you either break even on or even lose money with. And the 10%, or if you're a traditionalist, 20%, are what's really driving your business. So the best organizations are coming to grips with that and realizing that they have to do two things. They have to do a better job at figuring out who that 10 or 20% is and provide an extra mile of service. And then with respect to the 80% or the 20%, figure out new ways to automate the interaction to turn those break-even or non-profitable customers into more profitable customers. And that is really a challenge, because if you look at the other thing that's true that I'm going to kind of say is that for years, for the last, I'm going to say 15 years, most CRM implementations have really not been about creating better customer systems. All of you who's got the press 1, press 5, press 7, you've all had that. You've all had that wonderful experience of shopping with someone for 10 years and you go to the same place every week and they every time, your name please, how do you spell that? Can you give me that? You know. So it's absolutely clear that the hundreds of millions, billions that have been spent on CRM really aren't about making the customer experience better. It's about automating processes that deal with customers. And so, in fact, if you look at the lion's share of what's driven CRM revenue for the last decade, and you look at those companies, their systems actually don't do much